Alright, time to buy new magic cards to make a really cool new deck. Looks like we're paying Pauper today. Alright, what's up, Planeswalkers? There's 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena with my stupid intros. Of course, I do hope you go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal. It helps up with the show. And right now, until I believe the 18th of March, you will have a sweet special bonus using that promo code of 15% off on those same orders over $10 because it's the St. Patrick's Day sale. You can also buy the sweet $7.99 Dragon Shield sleeves, and you have pre-orders for War of the Spark and for Modern Horizons. Now, as I said, we're playing some sweet Pauper, and this comes to you from a good pal of the channel, current content creator, and someone who has been supporting the channel for a long time, Easy Mode. Now, you may know, if you've been around the channel for a long time, that I play Easy Mode's decks a lot, because he's, in my opinion, a fantastic deck builder, and it's a fun way for me to be able to shout out someone who's supported the channel so long. So this is a blue-white Pauper deck. It's a control deck that's very annoying. So the gist of this deck is to essentially control your opponent's ability to kill you and slowly either beat them to death with a flyer or have them deck out. Now, this is not a mill deck per se, because we don't play any mill cards. We do have, of course, Thought Collapse, which does have incidental mill, but it's here mostly as a counterspell. But we have a really nice combination that I'll get to in just a bit. So we're running one Syncopate because Syncopate is better on the play than on the draw because of the sheer fact that your opponent's going to be able to play their land first, and potentially that makes the tempo of Syncopate not as good, but it is still an unconditional counterspell, which is helpful. Or unconditional in the fact that it can hit anything, it's conditional for mana, but whatever. 4 Omenspeakers, a really nice blocker in the early game, decent 1-3, as well as it gives you the ability to scry to make sure that the top, typically you're just dumping lands from your deck. It's a really nice way to search for specific answers you may need, etc., and it's a nice blocker. Summary Judgment is kind of the best white removal spell for 2. Unfortunately, there are a few decks running around that do have Vigilance enchantments, which can make it a little bit difficult to deal with those creatures, but Summary Judgment usually does a really good job at dealing with those super fast decks. You can either kill a creature on their turn for 3, or maybe you have like a Omenspeaker to block with, and then you can block with an Omenspeaker as well. But if you wait until your turn and the creature is indeed tapped, you can go and just deal 5 damage to it. What's really nice is that if you do go up against a heavy mill deck with the melee people, petitioners, yeah, then if it's your turn, you can kill one of the petitioners with Summary Judgment, which is very helpful. And we're running 4 because we need to get rid of things. Essence Scatter as a 2-of, because most of the decks you're going to be running into are going to be heavy creature laden. Even the control decks will tend to run some amount of creatures. For example, the Dimir control deck, I believe, uses the Hexproof Turtle, and making sure you can make it so that the Hexproof Turtle never actually gets on the board, because after it does, it's going to be difficult to deal with, is very important to do. We're running 3 Arrester's Admonition. This is a nice 3-mana return target creature to their owner's hand. You can do this to save yourself, or if you cast it on your turn, you can also draw a card. Now, of note, this can target your own creatures. You can, put an Omenspeaker back in your hand, play it, scry 2, you get a draw as well. It's, it's a decent way to reset your Omenspeaker. But it also is part of the combo, which I will talk about in a moment. We're going to skip over the Clear the Mind, because it's part of the combo that I'll talk about in a moment. 4 Divination, because you're playing Pauper, you need to draw cards. When you're playing a Pauper control deck, this is like essentially freaking, not Brainstorm, freaking Arcane, no, Ancestral Recall, right? Like in this format, this is pretty much what this is. So just being able to just draw some cards is very important in a control deck like this. 4 Thought Collapse, because it's an unconditional counterspell that happens to mill them. Now, the mill typically isn't going to matter too much in individual cases, but over time, it will start to accumulate. 2 Lawmage's Binding, potentially I could see running this up to 3 and cutting down on 1 Summary Judgment, but I wanted to take Easy Mode's list as is, because that's what I prefer doing with Easy Mode's list. So it has Flash, which is helpful, but usually you can just play this on your turn, unless you're like holding up counterspells or something, but essentially this just turns off a creature. Is very helpful. It turns off a creature. I wish I could find higher res art for this, but I couldn't. I believe Mark Bem is someone who I have struggled finding all of their art anyway, so whatever. Syndicate Messenger. Now you might be saying, what the heck is this doing in here? This is an Azorius deck. Why are you running this weird Orzhov card? Because it's one of our win conditions. Essentially, it's a way to kill our opponents in the air. Nice 4-mana 2/3 that when it dies, you have an additional 1/1, so you can keep getting in there. Also, It's an adorable bird. Don't tell me it isn't. 2, Sphinx's Insight, as I said with Divination, is really nice to draw cards, but you can also gain some life, which helps you out in some really tough situations, especially if you're going against red, and you know that they might be playing burn. You'll be able to get some of that life back just in case you get to the low life before you're able to stabilize. 3, Chillbringers. These are another sort of our win condition for us. But what's really nice is that it just taps them down for a turn. It gives you extra time to find an answer that you need. Maybe you need a Summary Judgment, a Wrestler's Admonition, anything like that. And this just gives you the time to do that, and it's a decent 3/3 flyer to get in there for damage. And the last piece of the combo is Salvager of Secrets. And it's not a true combo. It essentially is just a really dumb way to keep drawing cards. So, Salvager of Secrets enters the battlefield, turn target instant sorcery. Really great. But when you pair that, I'm going to plop this over here. When you pair that with Clear the Mind, which allows you to shuffle your graveyard into your library and then draw a card, it allows you to do some funny things. So, let me just make sure I have this correct. So Clear the Mind allows you to get your graveyard back. And you draw a card. Then you play Salvager of Secrets. So you get this back. This is not really part of the combo per se, but it's a nice way to screw over mill decks. But then you have Arrester's Admonition. So what you do is you cast this on your Salvager on your turn. You draw a card and return this to your hand. Then you play Salvager of Secrets and you get Arrester's Admonition back. Essentially, it allows you to just cantrip for like 8 mana every turn, and as long as you have access to Clear the Mind, you'll be able to not like draw your deck, right? You'll be able to keep playing those cards, and once they get in the graveyard, you can go ahead and clear the mind. You can essentially not Salvagers at that moment because we do have access to more Arrester's Admonitions, so you can like wait and make sure that you never mill out, unless of course this gets milled early, but then again you have Salvager Secrets to try and get that back. So that's the deck. This is the mana base, and I will say I did play 2 games with this deck because I wanted to make sure it was doable, right? I didn't want to play like an entire set. Easy Mode, when he gave me this deck, said he went 5-0, 5-0, and I think it was 5-0, 3-2, and then 5-0 again. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't like go 5-0 in practice and then like I start a new one and I just lose 2 in a row. I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do now. So we won 2 games, and the 2 games we won were against Selesnya, just creatures. We'll keep this. And Boros Mentor artifact thing. So this is a red-black deck, and I think that's fine. Typically, we're happy-ish to go against the more aggressive styles of deck. Grasping Trundle? Sure. So I have a way to deal with that. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good draw from us right now. Being able to have access to these answers, this answer. Firebrand? Do I care about Firebrand? Not really. Nah. So I think I'm just going to let Firebrand resolve. Oh, God. Is Skewer the Critics... Skewer the Critics is a freaking common, isn't it? And so is Light of the Sage. What the fudge? Well, so I'm going to get hit, and then they're probably going to cast one of those cards. No, Footlight Fiend, okay. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're uncommon. I actually don't know, because I am not looking. I'm going to play this, so I can choose now whether or not I want to hold up Summary Judgment or Divination. My opponent missed a land drop. Right? Yeah, they went first. Alright, I'll go ahead and just use this Divination time. That's fine. So next turn I can like play this, and like I'll probably just play an untapped land to Essence Scatters and Summary Judgment. So yeah, this is just like a guaranteed damage deck. Sovereign's Bite, yikes. But once we get a creature down, we should be okay, honestly. So yeah, we're gonna go and pass the turn here. We can Essence Scatter and Summary Judgment. I'm not sure who will Summary Judgment, to be honest. Guess I'll hit the Firebrand. I actually legit need to look up whether or not... Dude, 2 monitors is great. Scryfall. Light. Alright, well, if my opponent is going to do that, I assume... So I'll go and Chillbringer. I assume that they just have, like, instants here. So now that I have a blocker, it's going to be easier for me to deal with my opponent's board, which kind of makes these unnecessary. But I do need to gain some life, and Sphinx's Insight will help. Precision. I didn't see that coming. So now we have access to Binding and Essence Scatter. So let's see. Scryfall, Light, up. And end turn. Oh, yes, it's uncommon. Sweet. And then Skewer. Lava Runner. Nah. No, Skewer. I put 2 R's because I have fat fingers. Skewer is a common. Okay, so Light of the Stage is not, but they could have a Skewer. I'll go ahead and use one of my bindings here. You might be saying that's like a waste, but... Why? You only get 1 damage. You wasted a damage. Why? That was, like, objectively wrong, right? Ah, we're flooding out. I'm still gonna wait until instant speed, just because I don't want to have them cast a better haste creature. And also, they might randomly use their Footlight Feet again. Oh, wait. Oops. I did a oopsie. That's fine. I really need some draw spells. Yay! Ask and ye shall receive. Syncopate and blah blah is nice. So we'll just pass here. If they cast something we don't like, typically a burn spell, we can go ahead and Thought Collapse or Syncopate. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, I can't Lawmage's Binding and hold up Thought Collapse. So I think I have to take the damage. I should have just... if I didn't mess that up last turn, this would have been fine. Alright, I'm going to do this now. I'm at 6, so I still need to gain some Fracklin life here. Omenspeaker is nice because it's a blocker. Go and play this out. And I have Thought Collapse, so I should be okay. I have Thought Collapse and Syncopate, so I should be okay. So pretty much you always just bottom lands and try and keep more draw spells. So even though we're at 6, we should be fine as long as our opponent doesn't have, like, a triple burn spell. Shock. 1, 2, 3, 5. Damn, I can't do both. Ah, damn. I think the correct answer is to Thought Collapse this. Then if they play a 3-drop, then I'll be able to deal with it. Those are all lands. Well, lands into this. Okay, cool. Cool. Then we get a Divination. Ooh, Arrester's Insight. Or Arrester's Admonition, sorry. So here, let's see, they'll have... If they play, like, something for 1, they'll have 5 mana. I have access to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can go ahead and just pass the turn here. Whatever they play, I'll be able to get rid of it. So... all good. Skewer the critics? How about no? Alright, so I think I want to Admonition this. I could have attacked first. I probably should have, I guess. Oh, another Omenspeaker. Don't mind if I do. Clear the Mind. Summary Judgment I don't think I need. I do want Clear the Mind. Shuffles a good amount of good things back in. I would rather have this first. Well, I guess, but no, because this shuffles first. So yes, it's correct to do this. Alright, so we need to survive this 1 turn, and we should be fine. Instigator, sure. Alright, and now I get to gain some life. Didn't really want this island, but sure. Target myself. And just like that, we're back to 43 cards in hand, and we'll play a Syndicate Messenger, so now we can start killing our opponent, and we just pass the turn. So now that we're 8, we're at a much more comfortable life total against our opponent's burn spells. We do, of course, still want... and we play all of the lands we get just because we want our future Clear the Mind to just not be terrible. I think I'm just going to keep waiting. I don't need to open them up to any damage getting through. Yeah. Thought Collapse is fantastic. So now we have nice protection on the board as well as to our face. I assume this is a burn spell. Yep, and I will just Thought Collapse this. Ooh, got rid of a Skewer, that's nice. Did get rid of 2 lands, but it happens. Sovereign's Bite in my face, that is unfortunate. I need to stop drawing lands, please. So I'm at 5, so they could still burn me out here. Especially if I keep drawing lands. So 11. I guess I'll start holding lands. Pyromancer. Ooh, okay, I'm in the danger zone. I'm in the highway to the danger zone. Are you serious? I think I'm just dead. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm not just dead, but I'm damn close. No, this was going so well. 11, 12. Oh, fudge. All right. I am just dead, I guess. Oh, why would I block like that? Alright, so I need exactly Sphinx's Insight here. Chillbringer does not cut it. That is an unfortunate game. We are running a decent number of lands just because we need to. Man, I didn't have any issues. What land are we running again? 24? Yeah. I mean, a lot of Pauper decks run less. But, I need to not lose this one. Because that'd be awkward. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't even much... Oh, come on. There wasn't even much to talk about from the practice games. They were pretty straightforward creature decks. Well, they mulliganed. I'll feel okay mulliganing as well. This is a lot better of a hand. I can start off with this into... Oh, mulliganed again. So depending on what colors they are... Ooh, well, I think that might be an easy victory. Yeah, they're going to keep mulliganing this. This might just be a concession. Ooh, yep. There's no way you're keeping a hand with 2 cards and being okay with it. Hey, I do have to give them one thing. Leo playing as a Johnny. That is the correct thing. Is my opponent actually going to keep playing? I guess so. They can't be playing aggro, right? I mean, I'm just going to play slow. I have Essence Scatter. So on my 4th turn, I'll play Omenspeaker and hold up Essence Scatter. It could be just like a burn deck, but... Okay, we'll play Omenspeaker. Thought Collapse? Sure. Yeah, sure. Seems fine. Oh, they're blue-red. Oh. Well, this is gonna feel like a hollow victory. Gonna go and attack, hold up Thought Collapse. I'm going to draw some cards. I shouldn't. My opponent mulliganed. I shouldn't need the life gain. And they might be holding a counterspell. Nope. All right. See, and now I can play Omenspeaker and still hold up Thought Collapse. I don't think I'll need this. And we go in for that sweet, sweet combat. We're going for the sweet, sweet victory, yeah. A winner takes all. It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. Won't have to sacrifice their will. I repainted my nails, and I think I did a lot better of a job. They're a lot less awful in my eyes. There's still imperfections. I'll get better with time, but... Sure, I'm just gonna murder you to death with Omenspeakers. It's gonna suck if I lose this game, dude. I have double Thought Collapse. It's fine. Everything's fine. What are you doing? Feel free to kill an Omenspeaker. I don't care. That is not counter-worthy. I counter only threats. I don't need to counter answers, because I have threats of my own. Alright, feel free. They might be waiting until they're able to double up on something, but next turn I'll have access to double Thought Collapse, so if that is what they're doing, it might not work. Keep up in my land count. Going in for the kill, doing it for the thrill. I hope you understand. And let go of my hand? Take my hand? I don't know. I have not listened to La Rue in quite a while. Can you smell what the rock is good? I don't know very many people who can do the double eyebrow. I like doing it. It's fun. I actually do this a lot. Just as like a weird facial exercise. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I'll keep playing lands, because I might as well. My opponent has 4 cards in hand. I have no idea what the hell deck they're playing. If they're just sitting there with 4 cards. And they don't have anything to do. You can flash something in. Blink of an eye. Honestly, I like the idea of Thought Collapsing this. Because it's a 2-for-1. I'll do it. I have another Thought Collapse. It's possibly that's just stupid. But it denies the draw. I guess this is just an Izzet spell stack. It denies the draw and it denies the bounce. Like, the bounce isn't too bad because I can, like, restart, like, scry again. But it denies the draw, and I think that's what I wanted most. I don't know. It's probably dumb. It's probably dumb. I'll let that one happen, I think. Because now they don't have, like, extra mana and stuff to do. So, I'll do that. Because I'm fine with the scry. But they had to do that on their turn. I don't know why they didn't wait. Lava Runner. Do I care about Lava Runner? Yeah, sure. Why not? You get to have no threats. Yeah, it's just Izzet spells. Go ahead and Omenspeaker. Do I want Omenspeaker? Yeah, I do. Nope. Syndicate? Yeah, sure. Might as well. And I will play Syndicate Messenger here. It does kind of show that I'm not holding up counter magic, but, you know, I still have 2 lands. Maybe they'll try and play around it, but it shouldn't matter too much. I have a nice Chillbringer. I can keep attacking in. They're already at 11, so that's kind of why I went with that decision. Yeah, and the Shivering Fire here is just not good for them, especially since it was on their turn. So they weren't able to develop anymore. I'm able to still get in for 3. I can play my Syndicate Messenger. I could play my Chillbringer here. To threaten lethal next turn, but I just play conservatively. Like, that's just what I do. Everyone who wants to comment, I'm acknowledging I could have played Chillbringer. But I think what I'm going to do is just bounce this end of turn. Oh, bounce this on my turn. Draw a card for it. I guess I don't have to bounce, I just play Chillbringer, you dumb. And then attack you. And we'll play this, because why not? I don't think there are any common board wipes in the format right now. I don't think so. There could be. I don't know. But this should be a wrapped up game. Of course, our opponent did mulligan down to 2. So it's not like this is anything spectacular. Yeah. Unfortunate for my opponent. I really feel for that. Cool. 4 wins is where we go infinite, because we get our gold back from our entrance cost, and we get 2 cards, with 1 at least being a rare, which is nice. Yeah, we only can make 50 gold for 5 wins, so, you know, the Pauper rewards I think are fine, just because I was really confused. I thought that was like a dinosaur roaring in the game. It's just some dickhead outside. I go first, and I have this and these. I think I'll keep this. A little light on blue, but Divination helps. This helps, so we should be fine. Yeah, some D-bag outside, just speeding down the road. Uh-oh. The mirror. Is it actually the mirror? No. Well, it's. I assume this is going to be blue-eye control as well. Alright, a little bit too many lands, and not a great hand against blue-eye control, honestly. You really want your counter spells. I assume this opponent is the Hexproof Turtle version. Resto's Admonition's okay. It's not great. We'll go ahead and play this. Why not? Yeah, I mean, Resto's Admonition's okay, but we really need to hit our counter spells. We don't need these. Need to draw more cards. What the heck is this? Alright, well, yeah, this is the Hexproof version. I'm gonna just play Chillbringer, because it can block. But if this is the enchantment, like the aura control deck, then I don't actually think I'll be able to win this. Because I didn't have my counterspells, right? Like, that's the entire reason why against other control decks you want counterspells and not this stuff, because they're running Hexproof creatures. So, I mean, they might even target my own Chillbringer. Yep. If they're not running auras, then I maybe should be fine, right? I'll be able to just keep playing flyers and pester them and whatnot. Oh, Essence Scatter, wow. Luckily, I can Chillbringer and hold up Essence Scatter. So, now they can't play an additional Hexproof creature against me. And I still have the block ability. But it looks like they just have another Admonition. Sure, sure. They are the Enchanted version. Fudge. Yeah, I think this is just a loss because we didn't have a counterspell. Before. I don't think there's anything that can help me in my deck. Damn. So they have something they can do in response. So that's important to note. I'll discard Summary Judgment, because I think that's the weakest card in our hand, but... yeah, I mean... there's nothing in our deck that can deal with that. We can block, as long as Chillbringer is allowed to stay there, but... this is very likely going to just be a loss, and... since we're you know what? We're going to be at 30 minutes. Might as well. Pass to blockers. Attempt to block, please. Damn. Because the thing that I don't like about these kind of decks is that they really rely too heavily on a single creature. Like, if we had a counterspell, then they wouldn't have been able to have, like, any threat at all, right? Oh, and it looks like they have, yep, a counter for my counter. Damn. Clear the Mind does nothing here. Nope, I can't even live because of that. Damn. Annoying, but, you know, it's fine. I do think that this is a good deck. Honestly, I might consider some modifications here. That's fine. So let's see. I'm going to talk a little bit about modifications I might make after that first game. I think, honestly, even though this is a control deck, I think cutting down to 23 lands is totally reasonable. Just the fact that... also, for some reason, it feels like whenever I play Pauper, I draw more lands than I do in non-Pauper. And that's really strange. But, like, even if I'm running, like, 20 lands in, like, an aggressive deck, it feels like I'm drawing much more than I would if I was playing ranked with 20 lands. So that's really strange. But I think you could probably cut down... a little bit on there. Honestly, I think that cutting a single Summary Judgment for an additional Lawmage's Binding, I think is totally fine. I don't really like the idea of an additional Essence Scatter because of the fact that you can't hit non-creature spells. But maybe if you cut down on a Syndicate Messenger and add an additional Syncopate, that'll increase your counterspell density and help you out against those matches that are bad. And I think the worst matches for you are the other control decks, as long as, like, because it's a lot more draw dependent. It's not because the deck is bad against it, it's just that it's entirely draw dependent at that point. but especially like the Dimir deck that has you discard a little bit. That deck can be a little frustrating. But honestly, I think that's one of the biggest things. This deck handles most other decks relatively well, based on what I've gotten from easy mode. So honestly, I think this is totally a deck that is worth doing. I would just make the suggestions to change things. And actually, I think I will on the upload, I'll actually have in the deck list, in the description, the modified deck list that I suggest. And of course, I'm going to play some more of this off screen while I am writing things and making dinner and stuff. So I'll try and give you a little bit more information on how the deck does. But yeah, I of course would like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander and Croft, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the channel, you find links to that down in the description below, along with links to the Discord server where we chat and play games, and you guys can share decks with me. As well as my other account where I host deck lists, including this one, even though it is easy mode's deck. I am still going to put it on my Aether because I can. Also, I will have a link to Easy Mode's channel. You guys should definitely check him out. He makes really cool stuff. Really, really active member of my channel and the Discord server. He's a really cool dude. You should totally check him out. Yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, go and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast one of those comments in the comment section down below, and pass the turn and the video to some of your friends. And until next time, I will be one.